was Arjuna's doubt, and he would surrender to Krishna as he is going um, to be bewildered that I don't know what I should do, what is good for me. Krishna, you tell me. I accept you as my spiritual master. Tell me for certain what is good for me. Shreyas, right? What is my ultimate good? So and we saw that Krishna actually didn't pamper him. He just chastised him badly. He did not. So we can take many lessons from here that whenever required, we need to be straightforward because Arjuna is an adult, he is not a small baby. All right, should we continue to third verse? Okay. Someone wants to read?
I will read, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So, क्लैभ्यमास्मगमा पार्थ नैतत्त्वय उपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दुर्लभ्यं त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
O son of Pratha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of the heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. Purport. Arjuna was addressed as the son of Pratha, who happened to be the sister of Krishna's father Vasudeva. Therefore, Arjuna had a blood relationship with Krishna. If the son of a Kshatriya declines to fight, he is a Kshatriya in name only, and if the son of the Brahmana acts impiously, he is a Brahmana in the name only. Such Kshatriyas and Brahmanas are unworthy sons of their fathers. Therefore, Krishna did not want Arjuna to become an unworthy son of a Kshatriya. Arjuna was the most intimate friend of Krishna, and Krishna was directly guiding him on the chariot. But in spite of all these credits, if Arjuna abandoned the battle, he would be committing an infamous act. Therefore, Krishna said that such an attitude in Arjuna did not fit his personality. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous attitude for the most respectable Bhishma and his relatives. But Krishna considered that sort of magnanimity mere weakness of the heart. Such false magnanimity was not approved by any authority. Therefore, such magnanimity or so called non violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direct guidance of Krishna.
Hmm. Yeah, you want to say something, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Here, Krishna is saying to Arjuna that he's asking to give up this pretty weakness of the heart and get up and to fight. He's telling him. So Prabhupada here in the purport is mentioning actually. So why Arjuna was referred here as Pratha, because he is the son of Krishna's father's sister, like Kunti Maharani, right? So therefore, it's mentioned there is a there is a blood relationship between Krishna and Arjuna, and Arjuna is basically Kshatriya, so his duty is to fight. So and also for Arjuna, actually, the Krishna was directly present there. He was giving him guidance, and basically he should not think about his relatives like Bhishma Deva out of like relationship, and also his Gurudev Dronacharya, right? Because of that, he was thinking I should not fight, but basically Krishna is telling here his duty is to fight as a Kshatriya, and in that sense, whatever he's thinking, it is just basically uh, a weakness of the heart. It's like that. So therefore, Krishna is telling just get up and fight. Actually, so it's
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and also he's calling him as Pritha.
Yeah,
So that comes that, like we were discussing yesterday, that when we belong to, why is Pritha used? To signify that he belongs to that dynasty. So when we are inheriting some importance from somewhere, then we have that responsibility also, just like in human form of life, we have the responsibility, right? Animals don't have the responsibility to study scripture and realize themselves what they are, who they are. But in human form, we are given higher facility, higher intelligence, higher consciousness. So with that higher facilities, we get the higher responsibility, just like in the offices, whoever is a higher manager and higher, whoever is higher position, the CFO, CEO, they have higher responsibility also. So facilities comes with responsibility, right?
yes, yes,
So that same way for Arjuna also, that higher responsibility. And this point here, that magnanimity, okay. So he can say that, oh, I mean, this is my soft-heartedness and all that, but good intention is not good enough. It has to comply with the Guru Sadhu Shastra. And here Krishna himself is asking to fight, and there is a reason, because he want to establish the uh, proper ruler. And Duryodhana and party, they are not, right? So he wants to set up that example that wherever there is wrong, that has to be removed and the right has to be established. Yeah. Such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direct guidance of Krishna. So again, that Guru Sadhu Shastra, that's what we have to follow, not just my good intention or what feels good to me. That's Arjuna's argument, right? This doesn't feel good to me. So, and I think somewhere else Srila Prabhupada gives the example of Lord Ram killing Ravana, that fight of that one also give example that he didn't just give up his dharma. All right, should we move on?
I thought you have a question.
Yeah.
So, from this part of Bhagavad Gita,
Mm-hmm.
from what do we learn in our modern day life that we should not run away from our responsibility? What
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, and also like, meaning the core thing is, okay, why am I denying my responsibility? It is because Arjuna didn't want, meaning for his own sense gratification thing, right? Because I want the association of my family, right? So that is what, like, whom are we putting in the center, Krishna or ourselves? So it is clearly visible, because Krishna knows when there will be fight, what will happen. And Krishna knew already that they will be the winner and everybody else is going to die. Krishna knew that. And he wanted it because he wanted that. So basically, the main lesson here is that here Arjuna is putting himself in center, and that's why he is bewildered, he is confused, he doesn't want to do his Kshatriya duty because of his attachment.
Hmm. Attachment to the bodily
Yeah,
and
to
the
the
form.
bodily conception of life. And that's what Krishna wants to get us out. And that is the first type of instruction he started giving,
Yeah.
right? So, and I
Thank.
want to read one part of the lecture that Srila Prabhupada gave in Los Angeles, from in that section from 1 to 10. Prabhupada, so-called compassion. he was thinking that by showing that compassion, I mean to say, he will be eulogized by Krishna. But Krishna condemned it. Yes, just the opposite. In other words, Krishna is very strict also. That is the qualification of Krishna and his associates. Vrajadapi Kathora and Kusumadapi Kamala. Softer than the flower and harder than the thunderbolt. Two sides. When Krishna is strict, he is harder than the thunderbolt, and when he is soft, he is softer than the flower. These two examples are given. So Krishna is not lenient to his friend or his devotee because that leniency will not help him. Sometimes he appears to be very hard for the devotee, but he is not hard. Just like father sometimes become very strict, that is good. That will be proved. How Krishna's hardness will prove his salvation. At the end, Arjuna will admit, by your mercy, my illusion is now over. So, this sort of stricture from God on the devotee is sometimes misunderstood because we are always accustomed to accept what is immediately very pleasing, but sometimes we will find that we are not getting which is immediately very pleasing. But we should not be disappointed. We shall stick to Krishna. That is Arjuna's position. Nice, right? So that's what I was saying, that Krishna did not pamper him, he just chastised him. So that's for our benefit. And he is just like sometimes for removing the disease, the father has to give a bitter medicine to us. It's not that the father doesn't love us, but for our good, he is giving that bitter medicine or some punishment so that we can come closer to him, so that we can. But the point is, yeah, that another point will come as you were asking, Bhakti Vinod Prabhu, that what should we take. So now we will take, right? Arjuna didn't stop like, oh, Krishna is strict with me, so let me run away, let me hide, let me not show my face, let me be angry with him. He did not. He always asked questions. So whenever there is a doubt and confusion or bewilderment, we should reach out to whoever is the appropriate person for us. Right? Yeah. So first of all, the first lesson is the bodily conception of life. Yeah. Or should we move on now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying something, Prabhu?
No, thank you, Mataji. I'm just trying to make sure, get the concepts deeper.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's good to actually have some discussion. Otherwise, we all can read on our own, right?
Yeah.
Because that makes the it alive in our heart, especially the things that we discuss, that stays with us.
Yes. Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
more than that. Thank you, but
I'm
for bringing. Yeah, Gopa Vrindapal Prabhu.
saying also basically we are reading this, but we also want to understand how we can apply this in our
Yeah,
life.
practical application. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhus. Okay, so we can read one more verse, number 4. Someone wants to read? Kirti Kumari Mataji, want to read? 1 second. I think Kirti Kumari wants to read.
Okay, that's fine. Just now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Mataji.
Verse number 4, second chapter.
Arjun Uvacha Katam Bhismamaham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishuvi Pratiyo Syami Pujar Avarishudana. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Mataji, could you please read?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Translation by
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I contract with arrow in battle? Battlemen like Bhisma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Respectable superior like Bhishma and grandfather and Dronacharya, the teacher are always worshipable. Even if they attack, this should not be contracted. It is general equate, etiquette
Etiquette,
that
etiquette.
etiquette that superior are not to be offered even if variable fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how it is possible for Arjuna to contract them,
Counterattack,
counteract,
counterattack.
counteract, counteract them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather Ugrasena or his teacher Sandipani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. Hari Bol.
Terrible. You want to say something?
जी माता जी आप ही explain कीजिए.
Yeah, so very simple, right? This is completely like simple that here Arjuna is Krishna is saying, oh, how come these impurities, these importance has come to you? It's not Aryan, it is non-Aryan. When you are denying to fight, this will bring you infamy, not the higher planet. So then he is responding that you are Madhusudana, means you are killer of the Madhu demon. Actually, you did not kill your grandfather. Why are you asking me to kill my grandfather? Again, this kind of sarcastic name he is using, killer of Madhu. How can I counterattack with arrows? So he's acting according to the moral conduct that with elders, how should our behavior be? So basically, Arjuna is teaching us both things. One is that the material platform, what should be our moral behavior and etiquette with our elders, so much respect. So that is also Arjuna teaching. And then on the other side, from the spiritual point of view, he is representing weakness of heart and his attachment on the bodily platform, right? So yeah, I mean, he's saying out of his attachment to his elders, he's saying that, and which is actually, I mean, it looks good. Whatever Arjuna is proposing is looks good. That how can I attack my elders who are worshipable, even if they speak harshly, still we shouldn't even actually verbally do something. Yeah.
So Mataji, like this thing will happen, but we have to always keep Krishna in the center, right?
Yeah.
And then that is the important thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, means Krishna's interest, not that I mean, so above the moral and above the, those we spoke about it last time also, Artha Shastra, Dharma Shastra, Jnana Shastra, above that is the Bhakti Shastra, means what is Krishna's will that need to be followed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can probably, let's see how. Yeah, we can read one
I
more
have,
verse.
Mataji, I have a quick question.
Yes.
And this is kind of little confusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
In the purpose of Prabhupada says, that even if they attack, they should not be counter-attacked. It's a general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. So according to moral codes, uh, we should follow this. But in this case, because this was the battle of Kurukshetra, it was ordained by the Lord. That's why Arjuna was required to fight. But let's say this was not, this is under ordinary circumstances. Then how is a person supposed to react?
So then again, we need to we check those six points, right? Is it favorable for Krishna consciousness? Is it approved by the authority? Is it according to Guru Sadhu Shastra? Right? Our guiding principle is GPS, Guru Sadhu Shastra, Guru Parampara.
Okay.
Guru Parampara system. And when things are not clear, we ask somebody, the spiritual master or whoever we taking guidance from.
Okay.
And then the first litmus test is that, is it favorable to my Krishna consciousness? Is it pleasing to Krishna, or is it for my sense enjoyment, or is it for saving myself from some trouble? Sometimes we do, like we will hear in the modes of material nature chapters, that because something is troublesome to us, we just give it up. Oh, who will take the trouble to do this? So instead of thinking whether it is favorable for Krishna or not, favorable for my Krishna consciousness and pleasing to Krishna. So those are the first checks. And then there is another thing that we hear all the time. If Srila Prabhupada was in this situation, what would he do? Right? Those things we may not know, but we can ask the authorities.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
So, Mataji, a follow-up question.
Huh?
Sorry. Follow-up question to that is, how do we develop that attitude of always checking? Right? It's easier, you said, right? Like,
Yeah,
we are
it's
in
easier
that.
than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a practice, Prabhu. Like we say that when we want to do something for pleasing Krishna, that also we start at certain one thing in a day. Let's say one thing in a day, for example, offering arti or cooking for the Supreme Lord. So we start one thing and then it keeps spreading, because we are taking one step and Krishna takes hundreds of steps towards her, because it is him according to our desire. Then Krishna, from the heart, he makes us do those things. He gives us that intelligence, that spiritual intelligence. So it's a practice.
Yeah.
So Srila Prabhupada says, if we practice, then it becomes our second nature. Actually, our original nature is that is it pleasing to Krishna? Is it giving happiness to Krishna? That is our real nature, but it is so covered, just like when we are walking in the forest. When nobody walks there, then the whole path gets covered by the grass and weeds. And then when we again start walking it over and over again, then it again forms a path. So same way, our natural nature is covered because of our material conditioning. So we need to bring it again and again. Just like for chanting, we need to bring our mind again and again on the holy name, back to it, back. And of course, prayers, begging, because without his mercy, nothing is going to happen. Humility, like I can't do it on my own, Krishna. Right?
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, recently, some days back, I think a month or so back, Saranga Prabhu, he shares that thing, right? The from Japa book. So he shared that part where it was about sincerity. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here it is. So the qualities that can attract Krishna's mercy, one of them is sincerity. The dictionary defines sincerity as honesty of mind or freedom from hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is pretense, and when we are free of pretense, our external behavior and statements match our internal state, right? Internal and external will match if we are not pretending. Sincerity is all we really require if we want to become servants of Guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The devotee's sincere desire to please Krishna is their Krishna consciousness. So that sincere desire to please Krishna is our truth, basically. There was more about it, but I think I can share it tomorrow. So anybody, because I think we shouldn't go to the next verse now. It's already 41. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
someone
Mataji.
wants to share something or say something. Yeah, it's nice to have the discussion. I think I am energized.
Yeah, I also like it. Then we get deeper and understand it. We don't have to rush.
Yeah. I mean, we are good. We completed one chapter. Yeah. Okay, then if there is nothing, yeah, so we can recap a little bit. So we read only 2 verses, which is good. And we saw that how Krishna did not pamper him. And we read from Srila Prabhupada's lecture also that the father sometimes is strict, and Krishna can be thunderbolt or strict like thunderbolt, or he can be soft like flower. And we know Krishna that how when Ashwatthama's that weapon Brahmastra was fired, how Krishna protected everybody. So he is like soft like a lotus also. And whenever whatever is required, and we can parallel it with the parenting, that how the father is always loving, parents are always loving unless there is some other problem. They can be strict with the children. And so we are learning both sides, Arjuna's proper behavior also, that his respect for the elders and his not attachment, no attachment to kingdom, and being non-violent, all these qualities basically. But if they are not centered around Krishna, when it is for my own pleasure, then they are not so good, right? So he is giving us both, like in what should be our qualities, and those qualities we heard that they will attract the mercy of Krishna, the qualities that Arjuna had. And he is also he's also portraying what happens with us when we are in material situation, and then he will be asking questions and Krishna will be teaching, which will help us to get out of those attachments and entanglements. Right? Yeah. All right. So thank you all very
Thank
much,
you,
dear
Mataji.
devotees. Yeah. Prabhu, you were saying something, Ganesh?
No, I'm just saying thank you. I was gonna.
Yeah.
My battery is at about 2%. It's about to go. So I was just
Oh,
gonna.
okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much, everyone.
Mataji.
शिला
Thank
प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत कोटि
जय
वैष्णववृंद की जय,
वैष्णव
वांछा
की जय
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
कृपा
सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hari Hari Bol, then
Very
हरि
Pranam
बोल
devotees, Hare
धन्यवाद प्रणाम
Krishna.
माता जी थैंक यू सो मच
We'll
थैंक यू
continue
श्याम
tomorrow.
you.
Thank you,